In today's video, I'm going to share 5 reasons why training does not deliver business results and what you can do about it. If you are a leader or a training head who wants training to be more effective and aligned to your business goals and results, this video will really be useful for you. In all my conversations with business leaders, a lot of them agree that training is important for their business. In the US alone, the training expense in 2012 was $55.8 billion US dollars. It increased by 47.8% to $82.5 billion US dollars in 2020. According to Mercer's 2021 Global Talent Trends Survey, 37% of the companies in Singapore are prioritizing upskilling and reskilling. However, most lament that they cannot see a clear return on investment from their business results. Here are 5 reasons why training does not work for your company and what you can do about it. Stay to the end of this video because I will provide a link for you to download the checklist that you can use for your organization and department. Number 1, there's a lack of a business case. Here's the scenario. The training manager speaks to many leaders and the senior leadership team on their staff challenges and problems encountered at work. They identify certain competencies and learning outcomes that the training program must deliver. After extensive consultation, a program is identified, and when the time comes for different departments to nominate their staff to attend training, they don't send their staff. The learning and development people have to consistently push and negotiate with leaders to release their people for training. You might ask, wasn't it all discussed? Didn't they all agree? Isn't this scenario that you're describing right now totally untrue? I want to share with you that this was exactly what happened with a few of my clients. And they are not small organizations. They are large organizations with over a few thousand headcount. How do you prevent this from happening? I'm glad you asked. One of the reasons why training fails in most organizations is that there is no clear link to business results. Most training professionals are focusing on delivering the program and getting a good training evaluation, but the leaders are more interested in getting results. There is a gap between their expectations. In Deep Impact, we have worked with a lot of clients to know that companies are not interested in training itself, but the business results that it can deliver. If your training program cannot be linked to a business outcome, there will always be operational problems that usually pop out of nowhere during the training days. And you guessed it, your employee will not attend the training. Therefore, building a strong business case of why a particular training is useful and how it can achieve business results is paramount to its success. No business case, no commitment from the leaders. Number 2, participants have no idea why the training program is practical and solves real problems. Many participants feel they have to attend training. Some are also clueless as why they are sent there. Their leaders just forward them a huge chunk of information of the program description for the participant to read. Most don't understand what is expected of them and attend the program. They will not be able to contribute as effective learners during the program as well. For some, their bosses just nominate their staff to learn something useful and ask them to share their takeaways with the rest of the department. One way to overcome this issue is to involve the leader right from the beginning to state their expectations of the learning outcome. And if the program addresses the immediate needs and challenges for the participants, you will get a better training commitment. Number 3, participants are not confident enough in applying the skills. Are participants confident to apply immediately after the program? I once spoke to a senior HR head once who lamented that her leaders went through 2 rounds of training to be a coach with 2 separate training providers, but are still not confident to take up the role. We listened to her needs, ensured there's sufficient practice, and that the lessons are delivered in a scaffolding approach to ensure that their participants will be confident to hold coaching conversations after that. The testimonies that came back thrilled her and us. A few actually tested with their family members even after day 1 of their training. I know a lot of members love their employees to learn more about concepts, but concepts are only effective if they can be applied to real problems. Adults tend to be motivated to learn when they see practical uses for it. Also, learning something is not the same as being confident in applying it. It is more important to move away from the "I've learned something from work" to "I'm confident that I can apply this immediately." Number 4, no serious application and follow-up. Another comment that I hear from leaders is, "I send my people for training and I wonder what happened after that." They have no idea on what was done and the results generated. Worse, most companies send their staff for training programs and hope that they apply what they have learned. Hope is not a strategy, and you need to be proactive in ensuring that participants apply what they have learned. In a typical training class, you'll probably find 1 or 2 diligent ones applying the lessons they have learned actively, but the rest will not share the same level of enthusiasm. This makes training ineffective since application is so little. At Deep Impact, we have a follow-up system with our clients. The managers and participants know that we are serious about the follow-up, and they tend to put in effort to get things done. Let's move away from having a hope strategy to being intentional in driving application. Number 5, lack of systems and visual reminders to help participants retain their knowledge. Many companies think that once you have attended a training program, you will be immediately competent in delivering results. Well, the answer is probably a yes and a no. Yes, because they should have learned the skills to help them succeed. And no, because people tend to forget what they have learned over a period of time. Have you ever attended a program and remembered everything you have learned? I don't think so. People can remember the gist of things, but not the details of it. This means that a person may be able to recall in general what to do, but they do not remember the correct order or the exact things that they need to say or do unless it is performed all the time. To ensure that the training program has longevity after it's delivered, you need to create systems of visual reminders to help participants to relook and reflect on what they have learned. When I say systems, I don't mean computer systems, but rather the way of doing things. If you want to maximize the effectiveness of your training, pay attention to the 5 areas that I've shared earlier. At Deep Impact, we have a framework to ensure that the training program contributes to business results. Follow this link below to download your checklist today. If you want to generate better results through training, please speak to my team at Deep Impact. Our details will be in the description below. So, what are some top tips that have worked for you and your organization? Or what have you implemented in any of the areas that we have mentioned earlier? Share with us in the comments below.